Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the eFootball.Open 2021 World Finals, where 24 players will be battling out to be their number one in their respective category. My name is Adam Butcher. I will be your host for today. But as always with these things, I am not alone. I am joined by the boy Wonder Boy himself, Mr. Harry Shannon. How are you doing today, my man?
Oh, I'm doing so well. So excited to be here. This is the culmination of all of these players' hard work throughout the season. There's going to be thrills and spills, as with any other eFootball match day that we do. It's time for the eFootball.Open World Finals. I can't wait to get it going.
Absolutely, and before we continue, I will have to apologise for my beetroot face today. It's very warm here in the UK, so you're going to have to put up with it, I'm afraid. Of course, without getting straight into the action, Harry, talk some of the guys watching, talk us through how today is going to work, the sort of setup, etc.
Yeah, it's one of my favourite tournaments throughout the eFootball calendar is the eFootball.Open, because these guys have been competing for well over 6 months at this point. It started all the way back in December of 2020 through 2 rounds of online qualifiers all the way through to the online finals, landing here at the World Finals. A tremendous competition, as I said, one of my favourites, because the top 4 finishers from the online finals have now made their way to today's World Finals from 6 different platforms. We have 4 PS4 platforms: Japan, Asia, Europe and Americas, all split into different divisions, and we also have Xbox One and Steam as well. So 6 champions being crowned today, Adam, and I tell you what, it's not just the trophy, it's not just the glory of being an eFootball.Open champion. You also have plenty of prize money as well. As you can see here, the first place and 4th place on each platform from those online finals play against each other in the semi-finals. Then the 2nd and 3rd place also play against each other. But as I said before, huge chunk of change right here at the eFootball.Open finals. First place in each category taking home $15,000. 15,000 smackaroos, Adam. It's a decent chunk of change. Plenty to spend on the new title, of course, coming very soon. But plenty of bragging rights and money up for grabs here at the eFootball.Open 2021 finals.
Yeah, I might have to borrow a few of those dollars myself if they're willing. And of course, they have the chance to put themselves on the shop window, possibly for a place in eFootball Pro next season as well. So much to play for today. So I think it's time we kick it off with the first of the categories, which is, of course, PS4 Japan. Let's go and see the players who are going to be competing in these semi-finals. So 4 players, Harry. Are any of these on your radar currently right now?
Yeah, I mean, all 4 really to make it to this point through the PlayStation Japanese region have to be at the very top level, and we've whittled it down to the final 4. We have Tess versus Takaki in the first semi-final. Then we have Lever taking on Ebipool. The interesting note for me, Adam, is the fact we have 3 Manchester United representatives here. That's obviously their chosen club that they've chosen to qualify through. But Ebipool going with AS Roma. We'll see how kind of strategically that matches up against his opponent Lever in that second semi-final. But realistically, any 4 of these players here could be crowned champion at the end of today.
Absolutely. Let's see how, even with stat balancing, see how those changes and team selections may influence the actual results. Without further ado, let's go and see what happened in the first of the 2 semi-finals for PS4 Japan. there's definitely less to get through the program with the Open in terms of like the stuff like that. So obviously we've got no interviews really until the final. Harry Shannon, my man. So they are the results, as you can see there. Semi-finals, 3-1, both of them. Was there anyone in particular that you felt was necessarily more deserving of a place in the final? Or do you think they were both, Takaki and Ebipol, both worthy winners there?
I think they both had to work really hard for their space in the final. Obviously, both Lever and Tess bowing out in the semi-finals, both able to get a goal to their name, but I think realistically both of them knew they were up against a challenge and really had to dig deep in those semi-finals. So for that, in my mind, when you read it that way, sets this final up absolutely perfectly, especially as we mentioned before, we now have two completely contrasting clubs in Manchester United and AS Roma going up against each other. Different personnel, different strengths, so should make for a really explosive final.
It should make for a very explosive final, and we're going to go to that straight right now with commentary from myself and, of course, Mr. Harry as well. So let's go there right now for PS4 Japan final for eFootball Open 2021. So, Manchester United versus Roma. Of course, we had two Manchester United teams in the first semi-final, Harry, but Roma and Manchester United in the semi-final, and it was the first one of those who have prevailed.
Absolutely. Takaki taking on Ebipol, as I said before, should be a really interesting final. I think it's going to, in my mind, be about who gets off to that more explosive start, who's going to set the tempo early, and it looks like Takaki in possession, representing Manchester United here in the PS4 Japan final of the eFootball Open this season. Has started off very sprightly, but, well, Ebipol has the ball back now for Roma.
Yeah, an audacious little chip there from the goalkeeper to get himself out of any danger as the ball gets played down the left-hand side. A chance here for Ebipol, but of course the goalkeeper comes out to make a easy save in the end. 7 minutes gone and we are still level.
And again, these opening moments of the match, so important to set the tempo and also settle some nerves you might have. Ebipol has a real chance here as well because he has plenty of attackers forward.
Yeah, and it's a mistake there, and it allows Edin Dzeko in. And it's outside of the right foot into the bottom corner, and Ebipol takes the lead.
First goal of the eFootball Open finals this year goes to Ebipol, and I spoke about the difference in Manchester United and AS Roma's stat balance teams. I think the main one is El Shaarawy. He really is. I mean, he's so patient on the ball. Yes, it comes from a mistake at the back. I think it's Bailly, is it, who gives the ball away for Takaki. But another man that really does make the difference is Edin Dzeko. I mean, he continues his run, is there to be alive on the mistake, bounces and pounces on that final mistake and, well, slots at home. Advantage Ebipol here in the final.
Bounces and pounces his way into a 1-0 lead. And Manchester United have it all to do here. Just 10 minutes gone though, so there is a lot of time left in this eFootball Open final in the PS4 Japan category to get himself back into the game. Good challenge though coming in from Chris Smalling, and a chance for Edin Dzeko, the goal scorer, to race up over the halfway line. Crowded out and has to go back to Mkhitaryan, and he keeps possession nicely though for AS Roma.
Yeah, such a big occasion for both of these players. We spoke at the top of the show about how this really is the pinnacle of the 1 versus 1 game worldwide. I mean, we had the E-Euros for the European nations a couple of weeks ago, but this really is a worldwide tournament. We're seeing the Japanese region here for the PlayStation 4. This is the world final, so this is the biggest match of some of these players' careers so far. Arguably the biggest match of their careers.
Absolutely, and just to confirm, if you're late to the stream, I will come back to that because Edison Cavani's in here though. Good challenge coming in from Chris Smalling and fires away. Really solid defending so far from Ebipol, playing as AS Roma. The other categories outside of this PS4 Japan one are PS4 Asia, PS4 Europe, PS4 Americas, and Xbox One and Steam making up the 6 categories where they can be crowned number 1 in those. 23 minutes gone here, and AS Roma in the ascendancy again down this left-hand side. Good challenge coming across and out of play for a goal kick. What are you seeing so far, Harry?
Well, credit to Takaki. He's gone down early here in the final, but he's certainly happy to play around that midfield. His main concern at the moment is when Ebipol breaks and gets it into the feet of the likes of El-Shaarawy and Borja. He needs to make sure he's closing those players down. Good attempt on an attack here, though.
Yeah, once again, though, every time Edison Cavani, who appears to be the focal point of the attack for Manchester United, every time he gets the ball, he's quickly crowded out by Smalling and co. Very solid rear guard so far from the Italian Giants. And Ebipol will be more than happy so far in the opening half an hour. And if he could get to half-time at 1-0, then he is halfway to being crowned pretty much the elite of PS4 Japan. And the flag goes up here on the near touchline. I think the referee has given a free kick in a dangerous position here for Takaki.
Yeah, and he needs something to go his way so far. I know I said he responded well, but so far hasn't really threatened Ebipol's goal.
Oh, Mason Greenwood almost got into a position to pull the trigger. And once again, Ebipol, who was pretty solid as well in his semi-final, conceding just the once, but able to get on the scoreboard 3 times. So a good day at the office there. He's continuing his form into the final. Just 10 minutes remaining in the first half. Flick round the corner, find Bruno Fernandes, who skips away from the first challenge, looking for Paul Pogba on this left-hand side. Support in the middle from Edison Cavani, who, as I said, seems to be at the core of everything good about Manchester United going forwards. Nemanja Matic makes a very good interception there, and an important one as well, because Roma would have been away there. Mata keeps things ticking over just on the edge of the area. Again, it's Mason Greenwood popping up onto his left foot. Now finds Edison Cavani, right foot shot. What a save from the goalkeeper. Takaki will not come closer, you feel, in this first half to scoring an equalising goal than that.
Brilliant one-touch football, wasn't it? Great from Takaki. Knew when to hold it, knew when to use the strength of Greenwood, but that manual save from Ebipol has stopped it from being 1 apiece. It's now still 1-0 to Ebipol, thanks to that save.
Towards the edge of the area, Nemanja Matic looking to recycle the danger. Harry Maguire with a cheeky back flick, but his first time left foot pass was even better. Fortunately for him, Mason Greenwood wasn't quite on the same wavelength, and Roma can clear their lines. They'll be desperately hanging on here to that 1-0 scoreline going into half-time. And getting the ball down the other end is going to do them the world of good, because they could potentially get another chance here for 2-0, but Harry Maguire steps across and makes a brilliant challenge. Just 1 minute of added on time here at the end of the first half. And Roma fire the ball up over the halfway line. All eyes on the referee as he puts the whistle to his lips. That might be the end of the first half, and it is. And it's AS Roma 1, Manchester United 0, and it's Edin Dzeko the goal scorer. And Harry, 45 minutes gone, Ebipol is almost there.
Almost there, yeah. Half the job done. I will say, though, for Takaki, that's about as dominant a display as I've seen, considering he's down 1-0. He will certainly take confidence in that. Ebipol needs to remind Takaki that he is the one in front with the advantage at this point. But defensively, other than the goal, you'd have to say Takaki has played incredibly well, and his one-touch football in the final third might give Ebipol problems here controlling AS Roma.
Yeah, it is causing the Italians all sorts of problems, and Ebipol will know very, very well that 1-0 scoreline is very, very fragile indeed, and he would be delighted if he could strike again and pretty much kill this tie off, and he's in here. The offside flag is raised just the wrong side of the defender. Otherwise, that would have been possibly a tap-in for 2-0. And there's the warning shot there for Takaki as well, knowing that Ebipol isn't just going to sit back. He is going to try and hit him on the counter-attack, so he's got to be wary of that.
Absolutely. It's great energy shown by Takaki. 23-year-old, his birthday's in 3 days, but he's going to have to show some maturity here to dig deep against Ebipol, who is currently in control of this tie. We'll go to extra time and penalties if we need it, but so far we need to find an equaliser for that to be a well, an eventuality that might happen.
56 minutes gone here. Manchester United 0, AS Roma 1 for a chance to win the PS4 Japan category in the eFootball Open. He's in here. It's Edin Dzeko for number 2. What a save from the goalkeeper. That would have been game, set, match, you feel, with only half an hour remaining. But the goalkeeper was absolutely brilliant there.
He was. He didn't need to do much, really. There was no manual goalkeeping. It was straight at him. The angle was difficult, in fairness. It'll be a United free kick here, but from that type of angle, you almost need to try and loft it over the goalkeeper. Good save, though.
Will he rule that missed opportunity? Lovely quick feet there from Tellez. The header goes in. Oh, it's Sorley off the underside of the crossbar and away. How unlucky can you be, Takaki?
Well, we're seeing some unbelievable skills from Takaki here in the final. Great double touch from Tellez to start that incredible move, and then Cavani so unlucky. He's knocking on the door here.
You will not see a more unlucky finish than that. It almost came off crossbar and post, the postage stamp of the woodwork. Down onto the line and away to safety on the spin. A huge slice of luck there for Ebipul. They do say what's better than talent is to be lucky, and so far he is on that side of the coin here. Ebipul riding his luck all the way to 70 minutes here, because he's been under the cosh for large parts of the last 40 minutes or so, you'd have to say. He's got a chance here down the other end, but again, this time Harry Maguire is there. Harry, can he do it?
Well,
can he get this elusive equalising goal? He's certainly given as good as he's got so far, Takaki.
Absolutely. You can see in the top right, Paul's queued up.
Cavani off the goalkeeper's legs. Another chance comes and goes. A huge moment for Edison Cavani. You put your house on him scoring, but he's put it straight at the goalkeeper again.
It's more fantastic one-touch football. He carves open the chance so easily. Cavani gets there first, but there's just no composure on the finish from Takaki. He's really carving open the defence, but just can't find the finish.
Time running out here for Takaki. He's had 3 huge chances. Will he get a 4th? It's Scott McTominay. It's Anthony Martial, and again it's straight down the throat of the goalkeeper. Either side, and he could have had 4.
It's that story, isn't it? Just better finishing needed from Takaki. Ebipul, though, well, he will get more chances as this game goes on. Yes, he's up 1-0, but I mean, Takaki needs to commit the men forward. I think Satriano here is offside, and he is by quite a distance, but he's going to get more of these chances on the break, is Ebipul, because Takaki, he needs those players forward. This is a one-match scenario. We don't play 2 legs here. It's this match. This result is the only one that counts, so he needs to chase that equaliser.
Fired downfield, just 8 minutes remaining from Ebipul being crowned PS4 Japan champion, taking away the prize money, taking away the prestige of the competition as a whole. And Pedro is wasting a few valuable minutes, but he's giving it away now. Oh, that's a really, really cynical challenge. The referee will surely card him here, and it could go either way.
Needed to be done, really did.
Just the yellow. He was in there, wasn't he, Harry?
He was, and just to break up the play as well. He'll be grateful Ebipul that one bounces all the way through to the goalkeeper. But those types of fouls, so important at this level of play. When you feel your opponent kind of getting into that rhythm and moving up the gears, you need to break up the play somehow. And fouls like that, a great way to do it. It's not pretty, but it's necessary.
Yeah, it's not pretty, but it is professional, as Fernandes now finds Cavani. Last chance saloon here for Manchester United, and Takaki, he certainly cannot be faulted for his lack of trying, as Edison Cavani could seal the deal though. Dragged back by Bailly, tries the right foot shot, but it will not matter. The PS4 Japan champion is Ebipul.
What an incredible performance from Ebipol there, Adam. I mean, to get the goal in the opening 10 minutes and then hold on for the rest of the game at this level of play, not easy whatsoever. So credit to Takaki as well. He really pushed his opponent. He tried to break down the defense of Ebipol, but it just was not enough in the end. A bit better finishing, maybe we could have seen extra time. But credit to Ebipol, he has made it all the way through to the World Finals, through the semi-final, to the final, and he's now the PS4 Japan champion of 2021. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations, Ebipol. Commiserations to Takaki. He was brilliant on the day today, but unfortunately, it just went the wrong side of the flick of a coin almost, some of those chances going through. I do believe we have our wonderful Laura, who has a quick interview with the winner, Ebipol. So let's try and do that right now.
Congratulations on your victory today. We know that the competition at this level takes a lot of preparation and training. So do you feel now that you have added this title to your list and that your hard work paid off?
まず、このようなコロナで世界が大変の中、運営していただいた、皆様に感謝したいと思っています。感情としては非常に自分の目標、世界一という目標が達成できて非常に嬉しいです。また、自分は仕事を辞めて e スポーツの道で頑張ろうっていうのを快く快諾してくれた奥さん、あとは両親に感謝したいです。Okay.
First of all, he wants to thank all the people involved in the management of this competition in the middle of a pandemic. He's very happy to be the best in the world, which actually was his goal. And he would like to thank his parents for supporting him when he quitted his job and for accepting the path of esports. So today you dominated both games you played, the semi-final and the final. How did you feel while playing? Were you confident? Were you calm?
非常に難しいゲームになるのは分かっておりました。ただ自分の特徴は守備の硬さになるので、先制すれば守りきれる自信はありました。結果的に、セットプレーのみの2試合で1失点のみだったので、自分の守備を信じて良かったです。
He knew that the games were going to be difficult. However, he could take the lead in both, and he was good at defending. So he was confident, and he could keep that result until the end. He's glad because he believed in himself. And last question, what is the next step in your career after adding the World Championship to your list of achievements?
自分の目標は eFootball プロに参加することなので、それを次の目標にしていきたいです。ただ、今もそうなんですけど、英語がなかなか喋れないので、ちょっと英語の勉強をしていきたいなとは思っています。また、世界一のプレイヤーとして、ウイニングイレブンがこれだけ面白いものだぞっていうのを自分は YouTube 活動をしているので、ぜひ YouTube でエビプール検索していただけると嬉しいです。
So his next goal is to participate in eFootball Pro. However, he knows that he needs to speak English, so he would like to study English. Also, he's doing YouTube videos. He wants to show that winning 11 is fun, as the best player in the world and from Japan. And he encourages everyone to search for his channel, which is Ebipol. So thank you, Ebipol. Enjoy your title and congratulations.
I'm sure there will be plenty of teams around the globe eyeing up Ebipol for sure, and Takaki as well. Two brilliant performances from them in the final. Congratulations to Ebipol, PS4 Japan champion. We now turn our attention to the second category, which is, of course, PS4 Asia. Let's go and see the four players who are going to be competing in the semi-finals and the final, of course, today. Again, Harry, I'll ask you the same sort of question as before. Any faces that you recognise from years gone by here, or potentially all of these the future stars maybe for years to come?
Yeah, good to see Indonesia represented so heavily. I mean, I think all 4 players from Indonesia here in the Asia category. You might recognise Zeus Faidan, really strong 1 versus 1 player, only 18 years of age, but has bags of experience behind him as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing if he can make it all the way through to the final. As for the rest of the players, I'm looking for players to impress me here. We know how strong the Asian region is in 1 versus 1 PES. We've seen the Japan champion. Now it's time to see the rest of Asia's champion.
Yep, absolutely. So let's get things underway with the 2 sets of semi-finals. Let's go. So, Harry, there you have it. One game settled right at the death, and one game settled on the dreaded penalty shootout, something we know all too well about. Yeah, let's just keep going. Are you surprised by the results, or do you think the worthy winners prevailed in the end?
I think this really speaks to not only how strong Indonesia is as an eFootballing region, but also how close the World Finals here at the eFootball Open. I mean, these players have been playing all year long. To get to the semi-finals, have to separate them by, as you said, a last-minute winner for Ilul in that second semi-final and penalties in the first semi-final. It just goes to show and speaks to how strong all of these players are, that it takes these minute errors and minute margins to just completely separate them between each other. So this final is set up perfectly here.
It is indeed, and without further ado, let's get straight to that final, again with commentary from my ugly self and Harry's beautiful self. Let's go for PS4 Asia Region eFootball Open Final. So once again, Harry, Manchester United into the final on one side, but we have a Juventus team on the other. How do you see this one sort of setting up, stat balancing, of course, but do you see anything in the teams individually that might prevail in this one?
I mean, I think what we saw from of course, Takaki in the Japan PS4 final, you can't allow defensive mistakes at this stage of the game. You can't. This is a world final, so you need to make sure you're not giving the opponent an opportunity to run in behind with the likes of Morata and, of course, other weapons that Ilul will have at his disposal, the likes of Dybala, who you just saw there briefly on the ball. Defensively, you have to be solid. Going forward, again, rely on the likes of Cavani, Greenwood as well, Martial, Pogba. You have all these weapons. You just need to put them into practice. Make sure you're taking all the opportunities that are afforded to you here if you're Aji Battle. On the other side, Ilul, I mean, he needs to do exactly the same thing. Rely on your big attackers, the likes of Ronaldo and Dybala linking up, of course. Plenty of opportunities for attacking here on both sides. It's about who's going to hold their nerve on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, Aji Battle's got the first chance to prove that he has got the defensive mettle. And it was a great interception there to deny Jusalul, but he's away now on the counter-attack here. 11 minutes gone. Manchester United with Paul Pogba. Good challenge coming in, but only as far as Nemanja Matic as they try to breach the Italian defence, but a chance for Ilul down this left-hand side. Finds Ronaldo into the danger area. Chance to get the right foot shot away, and we've got the first goal of the final. What a hit that was. Like an arrow through the night into the top corner. Beautiful.
Well, we speak so much about areas of the pitch that the game is won and lost, the final third, your own third, but we often forget about the midfield third, which is exactly where Jusilul has won the ball here to set off this counter-attack. We'll see it better on the replay, I think, because winning the ball back in midfield when your opponent is trying to attack himself, look at the space he has to run into here. It means Aji Battle has to commit that defender across, and from then on, the fake shot opens the body up for the strike. Really well played there by Ilul. He's able to open the scoring here in the final for Juventus. A really strong start, and now it's going to be about how Aji Battle is able to respond from the adversity here in the opening 15 minutes, 1-0.
Yeah, we saw in the first of the day's finals, the PS4 Japan region, Ebipol scoring early and Manchester United unable to respond. Will it be the same here, or can they get that instant goal back that they so crave? Chance for Ronaldo up over the halfway line. Again, like with that first game, we did talk about that second goal being crucial because they almost conceded. Ebipol almost conceded in that second half, and he would have been absolutely devastated, of course. And Ilul will be looking to make the game dead and buried before half-time with a second goal. But Edison Cavani has the chance to play it up towards Anthony Martial. Headed down and out of play for a goal kick. Are Juventus going to possibly concede here from the corner? Far touchline to be taken by Bruno Fernandes. In towards the near post is Harry Maguire. And Aji Battle scores to level the scores. Manchester United 1, Juventus 1. And it's a great response from him.
Well, take notes if you're watching at home. This is why eFootball Pro players always bring players across to stop this drilled corner. If you can get a man across, you can prevent this kind of flat corner coming in to find a target exactly like Harry Maguire, the slabhead himself, to head it home. It's a great equaliser, but really, Elul should be bringing someone across to stop that corner coming in. Adji's able to select Maguire and just pass it to him, and it's 1-1. Easy equaliser, really.
Yeah, brilliant header from captain, fantastic Harry Maguire, but as you mentioned, defensively, it could have been prevented with a bit of quick thinking there. Now, where do we go from here? All square. Halfway through the first half, Pogba down the left-hand side finds Edison Cavani. Now, Nemanja Matic back to Pogba. This is nice play again from Manchester United, buoyed by the equalising goal. Can they now put themselves in front? Adji Battle definitely taking the game by the scruff of the neck right now, but good challenge coming in from Zeus Alul and out towards this left-hand side. What a switch that was, taking away all of that pressure that was starting to build. Now he comes down this left-hand side, finds Ronaldo. Plays a 1-2, but easily picked off by Bruno Fernandes. And now Pogba intercepted again. It's just got a little bit scrappy. And this might start to favour Juventus here. He's in towards the left foot shot. Into the far corner. And Juventus are back in front.
Well, take a look at this piece of skill from Zeus Alul. Absolutely wonderful from the 28-year-old. It's almost a mirror image of the first goal he scored. You remember that fake strike, the feint to try and open the body up. It comes from great pressing in the midfield, and again, it's given away by Adji Battle. But it's that fake shot. You know it's coming, but the question is, what can you do to stop it? In this instance, absolutely nothing from Adji, and he finds himself behind once again to almost a mirror image of the first goal. This time it's the left foot, and it's 2-1 to Juventus, 2-1 to Zeus Alul.
Wonderful, wonderful play from Alul. He knew when to go quick, when to hold up. The first pass was absolutely rapid, catching the defence off guard. But the second pass just delayed a little bit. But Manchester United are in again here. Pogba saved by the goalkeeper. Another huge chance comes and goes for Manchester United. But before the corner comes in, just jumping back to the goal, the second pass was delayed beautifully to allow the centre forward into the right position. And then that dummy shot through the two defenders. And calm as you like, sped up play into the bottom corner. Can he now rectify the mistake he made about 10 minutes ago? It's in towards that near post again. And almost a carbon copy this time, just managing to get something on it defensively. Maybe he has been picking up what we were talking about, because the next two corners have been just about defended. And Juventus can finally clear their line. So he is learning, Harry, at least.
He is, and you can see it's a tried and tested method from Adji Battle to go for Maguire from those corners. You know it's coming. You can either go close to prevent the cross coming in, or you can go a bit riskier and try and defend that front post, as Alul did. He did successfully those last two corners, but any more corners that Adji Battle gets here for Manchester United, not only for the remainder of the first half, but also the second half to come, just watch out for Harry Maguire in that kind of 6-yard area. He's going to be the target every single time.
Chance for Pogba up towards the halfway line. 10 minutes remaining in this first half. A goal fest we've seen so far. Greenwood forward towards Edison Cavani. This is really nice play again from Adji Battle. The referee's blown the whistle here. I think he's given it for a slight late challenge from Martial on Bonucci. And that will alleviate some pressure that was beginning to build as Adji Battle looks for this equalising goal for the second time inside the first half. Pogba finds Cavani, tries to slide it through, looking for Martial again. Juventus have been much better since the second goal. They've not allowed Manchester United too much in an attacking sense as they look to try and seal out this first half. How do Manchester United get back into this one for the second time, Harry?
Well, not giving the ball away like that, Adam, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, because they almost Caused themselves a whole world of problems. A third goal would surely leave them with an absolute mountain to climb.
I think it's, again, all about just imposing your mentality here as Pogba has it on the far side. We haven't seen too many chances from Aji Battle from open play. Of course, his goal came from the corner, so maybe try and threaten here.
Well, here's the chance from open play. The first of the match for him. And he's tucked it into the left-hand corner. Oh, what a response that is to your commentary, Harry. Wonderful one-touch play and a lightning-wicked finish. It's 2-2.
It's almost like he heard me. A great one-touch passage of play. 4 goals in the first half here. Built from the back. It's really just one pass that gets it into the final third. Then it's a 1-2-3-4 between Cavani and Martial. Zusilol's defenders could never quite be on top of that quick passing, and once more it's proving so important for Manchester United. Aji Battle back to level terms just before the half.
Absolutely wonderful time to score. If you're a Manchester United fan, bit of early heartbreak for Juventus. And remember, it was they who scored in the last minute of normal time in their semi-final. Ilul to make himself a finalist, so he knows what it can do. Into the second half. Juventus now kicking from left to right in their famous black and white stripes. And wow! What a hit that was from Cristiano Ronaldo! Didn't even have a chance to gain breath in this second half. And Zusilul has scored one of the goals of the tournament.
That is an absolute rocket. I mean, with Cristiano Ronaldo, left foot, right foot, header, doesn't matter. He's always going to get something of conviction on it. This time, I believe it's the left foot that spells the demise of Aji Battle here. Nightmare start to the second half. It's another 1-2, and it's just a first-time hit with his left that Aji Battle, I think he had, or thought he had more time here with Bailly to get back goal side, thinking Ronaldo would take another touch. Instead, he just releases the rockets into the back of the net. Back in front for a third time here, Ilul. It's 3-2.
Third time in front. This time, will it be third time lucky? Can he finally see this out? Because Aji Battle is providing the battle for this end to the game. This could be so crucial in their seasons as a whole. And he's put up quite the fight so far. Can he do it for a third time, though? That is the question. Because it must be so demoralising to drag yourself level twice and see yourself go behind again. And now the floodgates might just open for Juventus as Zusilul almost makes inroads again. He's forced a corner. Can he now score like Harry Maguire did in the first half? In towards that near post again. Ronaldo header. And it's gone wide of the target. The question is, did it come off him or Nemanja Matic? Well, they've given it to the Manchester United contingent.
Well, that would have been a lovely ball. You can see again those front post headers if you're at home. One of the most clinical ways you can score from corners. Both players here trying to put that into practice, but you worry for Aji Battle here. 3-2 down. He's had to come back twice in this game already. And it looks like Ilul is in the ascendancy here.
Another chance here for Ronaldo. And that might just be game, set, match. A wonderful, ruthless finish from the Portuguese magician. And Zusilul might just have etched his name on the PS4 Asia Trophy.
Yeah, 4-2 now. Seems near impossible for Aji Battle to come back from this. Great hold up from the striker there. Just to feed it into the danger man. His second goal of the match now for Cristiano Ronaldo. Just one touch. Again, beats Bailly. That's the second time in the game, Bailly has been tasked with marking that man. And it's not working out here for Aji Battle. That's a mismatch in defence that Zusilol is targeting time and time again. 4-2 now. What a performance so far from Zusilol.
What a touch that is from Edison Cavani, and these goals are just getting better and better and better. What a hit from the Uruguayan. And Aji Battle is yet again back in the match. Crazy stuff here, Harry.
Well, that makes the comeback a bit easier. The instant response from the kickoff. Look, the replay even shows the kickoff. Zusilol's defender's just asleep. The touch to take it past the defender with the right foot. Then the right-footed strike. So whimsical with his bag of tricks here, Aji Battle. Taking it past the defender. Then look at the straight line. That shot goes down the straight line of the goal. Absolutely unbelievable. And it's 4-3. Great response from Manchester United.
What an absolute rocket that was from Aji Battle. Like a cannon from a pirate ship. Straight as an arrow. Right into the heart of the top corner. And Juventus once again have lost that breathing room. Half an hour remaining. If Aji Battle were to prevail here, this will go down as one of the hardest fought victories he will ever have. And one of the greatest showcases of mentality in this wonderful game. But the crucial word there was if, because Juventus are still in front and they have a very, very dangerous setup right now. And Zusilol has already proved he knows where the back of the net is and almost found it again there. Stung the fingertips of the goalkeeper. Once again looking for that second goal cushion. In towards the middle of the goal. And Ronaldo almost made it 5-3. It just came off the top of the defender's head and took all of the sting out of the ball. What a kick that was. But Juventus able to clear their lines up over the halfway line. Tries to play it in towards the edge of the area. And now out towards the right-hand side. Across the face. And there he is. That man again. And Zusilol, surely now, you have to say, is going to win the PS4 Asia Trophy. Can we say that yet, Harry? Because, I mean, Aji Battle's going to disagree with that.
I mean, absolutely he is, but at 5-3, I mean, you've knocked Aji Battle down so many times here. Zusilol, the question is, will he stay down? It's another really well-worked goal from Juventus, just breaking in numbers. We'll see this more and more as the game goes on. It's just a really nicely well-worked ball, isn't it? That fired shot come cross almost across goal from Bernardeschi, I believe it was, to find Ronaldo, who once again in front of Bailly. Bailly's nowhere to be seen, really, for the hat-trick. 5-3, surely job done.
Surely, famous last words from Harry. But it has been a really impressive offensive display from Zusilol. And we've seen it all in terms of goalmouth activity. We've seen set pieces, we've seen wonder strikes, we've seen a lovely team goal like that one just there. The ball across from Bernardeschi and then tapped home by Ronaldo. Call as you like. Has Aji Battle got anything left in the tank? Because he's had a valiant effort so far. But Zusilol, time and time again, just rolling out the party tricks. "20 minutes remaining here. Manchester United 3, Juventus 5. Question is, well, we know Aji Battle can score, but the trouble is he can't stop conceding. How does he change this game, Harry?
I think it's difficult to, given the amount of time left on the clock. I mean, less than 20 minutes left to play now. Had an attack there, but really needs to see every chance go in from here on out as he tries to work his way in with Rashford. It's just been a really clinical display from Zusulul. The 28-year-old is really making every single opportunity count here.
Yeah, lovely drop of the shoulder there from Marcus Rashford on the first of those two attacks, and unfortunately, might get a little clip there of the second. The shot going just wide of the target. Good defending though to close down the angle. Boss possession just Zusulul. It's been very even contest though, you'd have to say. And you feel with just 13 minutes remaining, that might just be enough.
Yeah, it's been a really good performance from Zusulul. Has so much weight on his shoulders, not only because he's playing in a final, but also representing Juventus here. The eFootball Pro champions, of course. They won the regular season and the playoffs, but here comes Aji Battle, as his strike can only hit a defender. When you're representing the champions of both the regular season and the playoffs, it can come with a weight of expectations, but he's risen to the task here.
Ronaldo just playing for time. He skipped away from Bailly. Oh, wonderful footwork there from Zusulul. Bernadetsky, left foot shot, near post, side netting. I mean, this would have been some goal. Look at this for footwork. Well, see you later. Picks out the man. Just couldn't quite find the target. Wonderful play again, though.
Yeah, once again, it's Ronaldo dispossessing Eric Bailly. I know I'm focusing on that matchup quite a lot, but it has been so potent for Zusulul. Something that Aji Battle maybe should have adjusted when he looks back on this game. Maybe stick a different defender on him, but I mean, it's easier said than done. We know how brutal Cristiano Ronaldo's AI, when you're not controlling him, can be. He makes those runs so quickly in PES, in stat balancing, in whatever game mode you're playing, so he can be a nightmare for defenders to mark.
And the trouble is, even when you can mark him, you've got players like Bernadetsky making similar sort of runs, either right side or left side, causing Manchester United all sorts of problems yet again. And it was good defending in the end, but again, it's eating up valuable time. And here he goes, down towards the corner. This is the gamesmanship. This is the professionalism that we know is going to happen now from Zusulul. He's got the job done. There is 6 minutes of added on time, but there's no way he's going to get 2 goals in that time, is there? Is there, Harry? Is there?
Well, it's unlikely. Not impossible, but very unlikely. But I feel for Manchester United, 2 finals so far today. I mean, they lost the Japanese final with Takaki, and it looks like they're going to lose this one here as well.
Losing to 2 Italian sides as well in the running, AS Roma and Juventus. And once again, it's the player of the game, you'd have to say, Ronaldo, who is going to end proceedings with a cross in. The goalkeeper's come and gone. And unfortunately for Juventus, unfortunately for Manchester United, it doesn't cause any problems. But we have the winner of the PS4 Asia region, Zusulul.
Well, that man right there, Adam, so clinical. Every single chance he had, he looked like scoring. There were so many clear-cut opportunities. We talk about it in the eFootball Pro, of course. That's 3 versus 3, but this is 1 versus 1. When you get those chances, you have to take them. At this level of the game, Alol did just that, and he is the deserved winner, scoring 5 goals. 5 goals in the final. Well done indeed. Commiserations to Aji Battle, but we have our champion.
We do. Last-minute winner in the semi-final, and of course 5 goals and 5 wonderfully taken goals, you'd have to say. A clinical performance from Zusulul. Commiserations to Aji Battle, but that is the winner of the PS4 Asia region. And I believe yet again we have the wonderful Laura with the interview with the winner.
So congratulations on your victory. Last year you reached the regional finals, and this year you are world champion for PlayStation 4 Asia. So how do you feel at this moment?
Perasaan aku saat ini ya sangat bangga bawa nama Indonesia untuk menjuarai Liga Dunia Ini untuk pertama kalinya saya sangat terharu. Saya terharu akan prestasi ini.
So thanks to the translation of one of the team members, we know that he said that he's feeling grateful. He didn't expect that he can win this World Championship. And he's grateful and proud that he could do it in the end, because it's the first time also that Indonesia has this title. You fought a lot to qualify for the final, actually. You lived a very intense semi-final with a goal in the injury time. And also the final was a very tight match, very intense. What were your feelings during these matches?
Perasaan saya waktu semifinal sangat tegang, karena ini untuk pertama kalinya saya masuk semifinal. Alhamdulillah, bersyukur saya bisa mengatasi ketegangan itu dan bisa melaju ke final dan bisa juara.
So he was very nervous in both the semi-final and the final, but he could handle those nerves, and he's very grateful that he could do that, actually, that he could handle the situation and in the end win the championship. So now, how are you going to celebrate this title?
Ya, saya tidak besar kepala. Saya ingin berkembang lagi untuk eFootball yang akan mendatang dan bisa mempertahankan juara ini.
Okay, so he said that to celebrate this title, he will improve his skills, he will maintain also his skills in the game, and he hopes that next year he can repeat this victory and also compete in eFootball Pro. So thank you, congratulations, you can go celebrate now. Enjoy the title.
Yeah, congratulations yet again. So PS4 Japan done, PS4 Asia done. We now turn our attention to PS4 Europe, which also includes the Middle East and Africa as well. Let's go and see the 4 players who qualified for the semi-finals of this part of the competition. So, Harry, another very big region, but this time it's, well, there's quite a few nationalities in this one. Talk us through it.
Yeah, there are indeed. I mean, this is probably the region I'm keeping my eye on the most, because there are some familiar names for me, especially in here. Kamario 14, representative of the Russian national team, represented Russia at the Euro 2021 just a few weeks ago. UAE the best, also represented UAE, the United Arab Emirates, in the IESF World Championship. Is a fantastic player in his own rights. Oreld represented Israel as well twice, 2 seasons in a row at E-Euros, got to the final 8 both times in the quarterfinals. And then Bistia as well, representing Atalanta in the E-Serie A 2021. So plenty of professional players here, plenty of really skilled players with lots of experience under their belts. This is the category probably I'm looking most forward to out of all of them.
Well, without further ado then, if Harry's looking forward to it, we all must be. Let's go and see what happens in the semi-final for PS4 Europe. So, Harry, two sets of Manchester United teams into the final. One of them is going to win, of course. The question is, which of these do you feel has got what it takes?
It's a really difficult one to call, this one, because you can see the two contrasting semi-finals that we just witnessed. Camario goal fest against Bestia in his first semi-final, 4-2. He won by 2 clear goals. It wasn't easy by any stretch, but a much clearer margin than we saw Aurel win in his semi-final. 2-1. Really had to fight tooth and nail for that victory. They now go head-to-head in this final. If you're looking at maybe riding a wave into the final and reading into it that way, you'd maybe argue Camario, because of his added goal-scoring potential, might have the edge here against Aurel. But I honestly don't know. At this point, one game of PES, it's all up for grabs. Whoever wants it more is going to win.
Absolutely. Well, one of these two players, Camario, rhymes with a wonderful player of the distant past in the world of football. Hopefully he can produce a similar sort of performance. For him, he's up against Aurel, and let's see who is going to win the PS4 Europe final of eFootball Open. So 28-year-old versus the 18-year-old. Harry will experience play a key part here, do you think?
It may well. It may well. Aurel, yes, only 18 years old, but I mean, he's been playing for a decent amount of time. A lot of people see this man as a bright spark for the future, maybe the next generation of PES players, like the likes of Risky Fidan we just saw in the Asia semi-final. He really has a bright future. He's going up against a veteran in Camario here. He's going to have to keep his wits about him and keep this one as close as possible as the game goes on.
So it will be Camario playing in the home red and white strip, and Aurel will be in the black and white as well. And it is the latter who has possession early on, with Marcus Rashford. Good challenge though, and now Bruno Fernandes has the chance to bring it up towards the halfway line. It's pretty scrappy, but Marcus Rashford has been allowed in here. Right foot shot, it's in the bottom of the post. It would have been the perfect start for the 18-year-old.
It would have been, and at this level, those are the types of mistakes that you have to make pay. Camario with an unfortunate bounce there, right into the feet of Rashford for Aurel. And the 18-year-old should be sticking that one home. Yes, it's off the woodwork. It's a good enough strike, and Camario was closing him down, but those are the types of opportunities you don't get many of at this level.
You absolutely do not. Aurel so unlucky not to take the early advantage, but he's got another chance here. It's Mason Greenwood. Surely he won't miss another one. He has. He somehow mixed up his feet from left to right. It looks so simple, just to caress the ball into the bottom corner. And Harry, surely you can't be missing chances like these.
Oh, I think Camario's defender actually was able to stick a foot in there just to make it difficult. And, well, Camario's going to come up the other end now.
Surely the left foot shot early into the bottom corner was the option. As soon as he dragged it onto his right foot, he allowed Camario back in.
Absolutely. This is the Cavani chance going high and wide. But you're right. I think pulling the trigger a little bit earlier there wouldn't allow Camario to get across, pressure the ball. And I mean, even if he doesn't stick a foot in there, Camario, his defender does enough to affect the composure of Aurel's player to maybe stick that one straight at the goalkeeper. Either way, it's a promising start for the 18-year-old Israeli, Aurel Daniel. Camario, with that strike from Cavani, not as clear-cut a chance as we've seen come up the other end.
Just settling into the game now, Camario, but it is Aurel who looks the most dangerous. And he's on the front foot again here. Mason Greenwood finds Pogba, back to Greenwood. Nice play here. Matic goes left to Pogba again. First time passing towards Mason Greenwood. First touch was good, but good challenge in the end from Camario, and he has a chance to bring it up over the halfway line with his own Anthony Martial and Paul Pogba in tow. Fernandes. Still Aurel with the majority of early possession, and he's stolen a march there, and again, possibly an earlier shot instead of trying to... It just seems to be overcomplicating it a little bit at the moment, Harry.
Yeah, he was trying to play in Greenwood there, wasn't he? Instead of maybe going for that strike first time. Mario once more steps in, but both these players would have been playing 1v1 throughout the year, so there's no kind of risk of complacency in terms of, you know, maybe you're looking at 3v3 as your main focus throughout the year. No, both these players qualified for the E-Euro finals and were participating a couple of weeks ago. That's a 1v1 competition, so there should be no rust here. These two should be at the very top of their game. But yeah, 3 really good chances early on for O'Reld here in the first half.
It definitely feels like, in terms of pressure, it's just getting to him a little bit. Possibly not quite as ice cool in front of goal as he has been across the season. But if he keeps making these chances, surely sooner or later Camario is going to be made to pay.
Yeah, you'd think that. Camario just can't seem to keep the ball at this point. The 28-year-old Russian needs to give his defender a bit of a break. And these are the types of spells where if you keep giving the ball away, sometimes one of those cynical fouls is what you need to just break up the play, get defenders reorganised and give yourself a bit of breathing room at the back. So if he gives the ball away again, wouldn't be surprised to see one of those early fouls come in.
40 minutes gone here in this first half, and it's the only half so far that we haven't had any goals in so far today. And just as I said that, we surely should have had the game opening up, but once again it's poor finishing, and this time it's Camario.
Yeah, how does Cavani drag it wide there, right in front of goal? Neither player here in the World Finals wants to... Well, I mean, obviously they both want to try and capitalise off each other's mistakes, but it seems that neither of them can at this moment in time. And O'Reld here playing with fire around the back. So half-time, I mean, for both players, can't really come soon enough at this point.
Scott McTominay finds Matic. Is there going to be one last chance in this first half? No, there is not. It's Manchester United 0, Manchester United 0. But crucially for these two players, they've both missed some big chances. And they've got to be more clinical in front of goal if they want to win this one.
Absolutely. When you consider in their semi-finals, they scored 6 goals combined. Camario scored 4 in that 4-2 win, and then O'Reld with the 2-1 win. So there's goals in this game, you feel, but it seems like nerves getting to the players on our virtual stage here. Of course, this is the biggest game of their seasons. This is the eFootball.Open World Finals 2021. You win this game, you're $15,000 richer, so no doubt there's going to be that at the back of your mind. And well, Camario's given the ball away.
Yeah, it's a mistake, and it's Marcus Rashford. Another wonderful save, this time from Henderson. Whether that'll go down as a truly great save or another missed opportunity, second glance would suggest it's a good save, that, Harry. I'm going to have to say, I don't think you can fault it. He could have possibly gone to the far corner, but we've seen them near post ones go in so many times today already. You can't really fault the strike, in my opinion, but they've got another chance here from the corner. That life-changing potential money and the prestige of winning the competition and the chance of putting yourself on the shop window for possibly even bigger accolades in the future might just be weighing on their shoulders at the moment as the ball is a whisker wide of the post again.
So many big chances here for O'Reld. It pops through and it's Rashford arriving again wide of the target. The ball just spinning the wrong way around the post. And the more these chances go by the wayside here for O'Reld, the more he's going to feel like maybe there's a brick wall in the goal, and willing the ball in won't do you any good. That's a strong challenge from Maguire, but the referee says too strong on Greenwood. Yeah, this is going to play in the mind of O'Reld, you feel. The longer this game goes on and the longer it stays 0-0, the longer O'Reld, who's had the more chances, is going to feel like, well, man, what do I have to do to score in this final?
Absolutely. And I know we keep harping on about it, but he is just 18 years of age. This is a huge stage for him. They often say it might have come too early. The question is that going to be the case for him today? Because we know that, quite simply, Camario is capable of scoring, and scoring for fun. We just haven't seen it so far today, but if he does get those opportunities, he may just make him pay. 61 minutes gone. Still, the game is deadlocked here. Remember, if it's level at 90, we go to extra time. And if it's level after extra time, we have the dreaded penalty shootouts, of course. No one wants to go home empty-handed after one of those, but it is the sad reality, and it makes for a wonderful spectacle as well. As the offside flag is raised on Edison Cavani, and you feel that Kamario is just starting to grow into the game a little bit, Harry. Would this concern you if you were Areld right now?
Absolutely. Absolutely would, especially when you consider that the real solid chances Areld has had so far. If Kamario's starting to get his goal-scoring form, like you said, you know he can score goals. In that semi-final against Bestia, 4-2 it ended. Then you know if all it takes is one chance for Kamario, he's so clinical. Just don't afford him that chance.
Well, he's in again here, though, Areld, and it's another opportunity that comes and goes. On this occasion, it was a tight angle. It wasn't as clear-cut as he has had it. Could he have crossed? Could he have pulled it back to the penalty spot for the on-rushing midfielder? Possibly. All ifs and buts at this point. As the corner is to be taken on that far touchline. It's crossed towards the back post. The goalkeeper's coming to no man's land. And there was another big opportunity, but good defending in the end. I'm not quite sure what the goalkeeper was doing there, but he's been let well and truly off the hook.
Yeah, that was a big mistake actually from Kamario. He tried to come with the goalkeeper, but you could see from the player that Areld was selecting off the ball, he was going for that back post with Nemanja Matic, and the goalkeeper is rarely going to pluck that one out of the air, but here comes Areld.
You could also, of course, look at it. We keep saying how he may rue these missed opportunities, Areld, but equally, he's just not allowing Kamario really any chances in the final third. And if he keeps this up, you feel that sooner or later, he might just break the deadlock. It's one of those games that's well and truly on a knife edge. Matic finds Mata.
So true. Because Kamario, I mean, he's barely had a sniff, and it's thanks to the midfield presence from Areld.
Oh, he's got a sniff now, though! And Anthony Martial turns it home. It's a real defensive mix-up there. And we were saying time and time again, surely Kamario is going to get a sniff. And at the second time of asking, one in the first half, one in the second, and it is the latter, but we have a broken deadlock, and Areld will be absolutely kicking himself.
Absolutely, it's heartbreaking for Areld. We're approaching the final 10 in-game minutes now. You've dominated most of the game, but it's a mix-up between defender and goalkeeper that costs you potentially the world title here. Big 10 minutes of PES here for Areld Daniel.
Unable to score with multiple chances here before the first goal. But can he now find the mustard needed to drag himself into the game when it looks now like it might just be dead and buried? 8 minutes remaining. What has he got in his locker?
Well,
we've got to go for it now.
Spoken so much about Areld Daniel and his future in PES, but credit to Kamario. I mean, 28 years old, the Russian. He's here in a World Finals. I mean, he's leading 1-0. Yeah, he has some defending to do in the final 5 minutes, but he had the one chance. Yeah, it was gifted to him, but he's taking it with aplomb.
It's now or never for Areld. He's in again, and he's hit the post. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Time after time after time, he's denied. 3 minutes remaining. Surely not another chance. How unlucky can you be?
The ball just won't find the back of the net here for Areld. He might have one last chance, but Kamario, he's going to break with Cavani. This is heartbreaking for Areld. Oh, what a shame. That last chance with Mata, was it? Just outside of the post. Such a shame. But I think we found our champion.
Such a shame for Areld. Unless he can grab something here. It's cleared downfield. And Kamario looks like he's going to profit from the missed opportunities of Areld. And we have our PS4 Europe eFootball Open winner. It is Kamario. Congratulations to him. And Harry, it was simply a case of missed opportunities for Areld. And if you are on the back foot, take your chances when you get them.
Absolutely. I think Areld, credit to him, the 18-year-old, to make it to the World Finals and dominate for large periods. It's not one he's going to want to watch back because he had so many chances that he, upon reflection, will feel like he could have done better. But today is all about Kamario 14, member of the Russian national team. Sergey has won the eFootball Open world title for the PlayStation 4 European region at the ripe old age of 28 years old. That's only 1 year older than me, Adam. I reckon I could give this a go maybe next year. But credit to Kamario, wonderfully played final, and he's the champion.
Yeah, 7 years older than me. I'm only 21 still. So as we go to Laura in the mix zone for an interview with our PS4 Europe winner, Kamario.
So, congratulations on your title. After winning the league in your home country, now you are the winner of eFootball Open in the PS4 Europe platform. What does this mean to you?
Этот турнир является одним из самых значимых в моей карьере. В течение всего года я играл против сильнейших игроков Европы на PlayStation 4. Я очень счастлив стать чемпионом данного турнира.
So he says this tournament is one of the most important in his career, that throughout the whole year he played against the best rivals in Europe, and he's very happy to have won eFootball Open. The final was very close. It was 0-0 until minute 77, and after that even your rival had some chances to equalize the score. What was going through your mind during those moments?
В финале была примерно равная борьба, игра. У меня у соперника были практически не было моментов за весь матч. Но в случае с забитым голом мне повезло, конечно. Но без везения не бывает побед, как говорится. В конце матча удалось удержать счет, который был нужен так.
So he said that in the final the game was very equal. They both had practically no chances during the whole match. And regarding the goal that he could score, he says he was lucky, that there are no victories without luck, he says. And then at the end of the match, he also could keep the score. So last question of this interview, you've been playing professionally in Russia, and after this, do you have any plans to compete internationally?
В прошлом году я представлял футбольный клуб Сочи на российской киберлиге, стал чемпионом. В данный момент являюсь свободным агентом. Но также в этом году представлял сборную России на чемпионате Европы по интерактивному футболу. В дальнейшем также планирую участвовать во всех международных турнирах и представлять Россию на них.
So he said that last year he became champion of the Russian Cyber League with FC Sochi, and currently he's a free agent, and also this year he represented Russia in the Euro. In the future, since he's a free agent, he also has plans to participate in international tournaments and to represent Russia in the world stage as he is doing currently. So thank you, Kamario, congratulations, and enjoy your title.
Yeah, congratulations indeed. Harry, we are halfway through proceedings today. We've had some absolutely incredible drama, but we turn our attention now to PS4 Americas, which is yet again absolutely littered with talent and some names you might just recognize. Let's go and take a look who's going to be competing in the 4 semi-final slots. So, Harry, talk us through the 4 players here. Of course, Henry Quinho, number 1, is probably one that's first on my lips, the 20-year-old. He's been around the block already. Anyone else that stands out for you that might have a chance of winning this one?
Yeah, I mean, the big one, as you say, Henry Quinho. Keen eyes will know that he was playing in the eFootball Pro last season with FC Barcelona alongside Guithera and the Palma. He finds himself in the eFootball Open World Finals now for the Americas. Melian the King is another player I'm keeping an eye on. A wonderful player, still only 19 years of age, but that first semi-final between Melian and Henry Quinho, I think a lot of professional eFootball PES players are looking forward to see how that one shapes out, because those are 2 players that are arguably some of the best in this region going head to head. Then of course you have Ray Molina and Leo Mito in the other semi-final. It's going to be a great showcase for the Americas region here at the eFootball Open World Finals.
Absolutely. And interestingly, they've gone with Arsenal and Bayern München, the 2 teams that are going to be playing in these ones, something we haven't seen so far today. So let's go and see what happened in the first and the second 2 semi-finals as well. So, Harry, Melian the King and Ray Molina in the final of the PS4 Americas. Henriquinho, for example, knocked out. There was a couple of shock moments there. Arsenal missing a couple of big chances as well for Leo Mito, of course, as well. Are you surprised by the results, or do you think it was worthy those two players went through?
I think they were worthy. The big surprise is how close things were between Melian the King and Henriquinho. Actually, I suppose that's not a surprise because they're both incredible players, but oftentimes at this level of play, when you have two great players going up against each other that are so clinical, you'll see plenty of goals, but it was just the 1-0 that Melian was able to edge it out. Then on the other side, Ray Molina, 3-1 over Leo Mito sees him through to the final. That one's a bit more clear-cut. Could have been plenty more as well from Ray Molina, as you said. Actually, for Leo Mito as well, missing a couple of chances towards the end of the game, and that penalty save from Ray Molina as well. So we're set up for a really nice final here in the Americas region, the final one of the PlayStation 4 consoles here at the eFootball Open World Finals.
Absolutely. Let's go and see what is about to happen in the final of the eFootball Open PS4 Americas between Melian the King and Ray Molina. Let's go. So, Harry, in the final previous, we saw a young man at the age of 18, a little bit caught in the headlights at the tender age. Do you think Melian the King, at just 19 years of age, may suffer a similar fate?
I mean, it's possible, just purely based on the fact that there is so much at stake here. The chance to be your region's champion for the PlayStation 4. Also, the fact that you have to go up against Ray Molina, who you know in his semi-final was the clear winner. But for Melian, I think he'll be very, very bolstered by the fact that he took down Henriquinho in the last round.
Well, there's your first initial response from Melian the King to that question. A wonderful start for him, and he is showing absolutely no signs of nerves whatsoever, Harry.
Absolutely not. It's the 19-year-old in front. And that replay shows why it's so important to win the second ball. He won the second ball, Ray Molina, but it doesn't find a teammate. Instead finds Melian the King ready to run onto it. Still has 3 attackers up the pitch. One of them, Nketiah, who slots it home in the opening 6 minutes of the match. And that is a dream start for the 19-year-old.
It really is a wonderful start for him. And Ray Molina, shell-shocked here. Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 0. Chance for Arsenal to make inroads again here through Lacazette. Aubameyang tries to get the block in, and he does well. Willian now finds Lacazette through to Aubameyang. This could be 2. What a start from the 19-year-old. Melian the King is 2-0 up inside just 10 minutes.
Unbelievable. I mean, he was a runner-up last year in the eFootball Open World Finals, playing on the Xbox One. This year, finds himself 2-0 up in the World Finals within the opening 10 in-game minutes. Ray Molina's defence just not good enough for this level at this moment in time. And Melian, well, he's won the ball from the kickoff here as well. He might go for 3.
Well, he could have this game wrapped up inside the opening 20 minutes. Ray Molina doesn't know which way to look at the moment. He certainly doesn't want to look at the scoreline, I know that much. Lacazette. Good challenge, though, finally coming in. It's a bit of a siege at the moment for the North London club.
Yeah, it really is. And sometimes the occasion can get to you. I'm not saying that's what's happening here to Ray Molina, but he certainly needs to find his feet in this final. Realise that, yeah, you're 2-0 down, but guess what? 20 minutes isn't even on the clock yet. You've proven you can score 3 already in the knockout stages here at the World Finals. He won 3-1 in his semi-final, don't forget, so there's chances for goals here.
Free kick on the edge of the area. Late challenge coming in by Tierney. And it's going to be David Alaba. Steps up left foot, hits the top of the wall. Headed away, back to Alaba again. Oh, dispossessed, brilliant there by El Neni. Still Bayern Munich have the pressure though. Can they make it pay? In towards Lewandowski, can't pull the trigger. David Luiz, good clearance.
Yeah, I think when Tolisso gets the ball back there, not sure if the pass was already queued up by Ray Molina, but probably could have taken a touch with Tolisso to then slide the player in. But here's Lewandowski.
Lovely 1-2 there. Lewandowski, right foot shot, blocked by the goalkeeper, and the final finish hits the side netting. And that was a big chance, a big moment for Ray Molina.
Yeah, it really was. Much better. He's starting to settle into the occasion now. We're seeing the super cancels. And yeah, some people might be thinking, oh, that's an open goal. Lewandowski should be burying that one. The angle, very, very tight indeed. It's good though from Ray. He's starting now to believe that he can score in this final.
So far, so good, though, for Melian the King. Unbreached. 2-0 to the good. Lewandowski can't get anything going forwards for Bayern Munich, and Arsenal come down the other end. And Lacazette fires home. And Melian the King is in absolute dreamland. He's 3-0 up in the eFootball.Open PS4 America's final. And he is looking like being crowned champion inside the first half.
Absolutely unreal. Really nice back heel that the defence just does not expect. Here it is right here, in between two defenders. And as you say, Melian the King, he's in dreamland. 3-0 up. This is going exactly to plan for Melian. We're going to have to see an almighty comeback from Ray Molina, and it's only the first half.
This is one of the most one-sided finals I've seen in a long time. Has Ray Molina got anything in the tank to stem the tide and reverse it? Because currently, right now, he is lost at sea without a paddle. And that was a huge moment to jump back on the ship. And he's put it wide of the target.
Well, to stay on the naval analogies, that goal from Melian the King really took the wind out of the sails from Ray Molina. Because at that point, he's 2-0 down short. But he's starting to grow. He's starting to believe that he can fashion chances and get goals in this final. And then up the other end, Melian knocks the stuffing out of him with that third goal. And every time he comes forward, he looks like scoring.
He certainly does, and he's in again here, and it's Aubameyang. And it's Arsenal 4, Bayern Munich 0. Unbelievable play by the 19-year-old.
Man overboard. Ray Molina needs a life jacket here because he's being drowned by Melian. Just the pressure from the front three. Nketiah, Aubameyang, Lacazette. We haven't seen it much so far this season in eFootball Pro. If you're a fan of competitive PES, you'll remember the PES League days. Arsenal were the team to use. But Melian's just reminding everyone that these players can still be used in the 1 versus 1 game to great effect. 4-0.
We talked about in the last final about how the inexperience may prove costly. But on this occasion, it's the ancient mariner who's struggling. Willian up over the halfway line. Lacazette finds Willian again. He just looks like a duck out of water at the moment, Ray Molina. Forward. Can he finally turn this game? Gnabry, chance, right for shot, he's back in the game. He's got a lot to do, a long way to go. An ocean to swim across, but he might just get there with that.
Well, I'm not sure the tide is turning just yet, Adam, but as you say, that's one step closer to narrowing this margin. It's really well worked. It's almost a mirror image of most of Melian's goals. Just finding the man over, playing it inside. Tierney has just come too central. Gnabry stays wide. As you say, right-footed strike beats the keeper. And just before half-time, Ray Molina is on the board.
On the board indeed. Just to reassure you listening at home, that might just be the last of the naval commentaries. So I'm sure you might be getting sick of them as the ball almost manages to work its way smuggled into the bottom corner.
Well,
it's a good save, and that might be a match-defining save.
I'll tell you what, I'm getting seasick watching Melian the King's breaks here. First-time passes, really difficult to defend. He's absolutely rapid with them as well.
Post header. Not defended well, but the actual header was a poor one in the end, and he's got away with that one. And we are ticking into added on time here. The fourth official says 2 minutes will be added to the first 45. Can Ray Molina grab another one? No, he can't. And he has got a lot to do in this second half. He managed to get one goal back, but he's got to get another 3. And Harry, he's got to stop Melian the King going the other way.
Yeah, to continue the naval theme, really needs the light on in that lighthouse, because as we said before, Melian the King, every time he comes forward, he's fashioning really nice chances, and well, Ray Molina's boat is just succumbing to the rocks underneath that lighthouse. But big half a PES here for him. 3 goals in one half, it's not impossible. First port of call is stopping the attack from Melian the King.
Lewandowski forward towards Serge Gnabry. Good challenge though, and Nketiah fires forwards towards Lacazette. Will be all hands on deck for Bayern Munich now. As Aubameyang twists and turns back onto the right foot, onto the left. Lacazette almost poaching that one, but finally cleared away. Muller to Lewandowski. Still Arsenal stand firm.
Yeah, interesting note in the lineup from Melian the King. Did you notice how deep Willian's playing? He's almost playing as a central midfielder, almost a holding midfielder. As the referees brought this one back, I think Tierney will be into the referee's book, but he's clearly worried about the runs in behind from Ray Molina, so is using Willian's pace as that midfield anchor to just stop and catch up with any of the runners in behind from Bayern Munich. You know the likes of Gnabry have plenty of pace, so why not counter that with Willian?
Well, Nketiah's in here, and the left foot shot has somehow gone wide of the post. Huge moment to make it 5, and that would have been all over, but unfortunately it's gone the wrong side of the post for him, and a let off for Ray Molina.
Yeah, big let off. You could see the manual goalkeeping. He was guessing he was going to go left, but instead then double backed, and when the goalkeeper's running back towards goal at that point, it can be very difficult to make that save happen.
And how costly may that prove to be, because we've been waxing lyrical about the 19-year-old Melian the King, but after missing number 5, Ray Molina has got a second, Harry, and it's 4-2, and he's still got time. Have we written off the H. Maria too soon?
Well, maybe. The SOS signal not quite being sent just yet by Ray Molina. That goal back gives him a bit of hope here. You're only 2 goals down now, so it's certainly within touching distance. But again, it's about nullifying the attack of Arsenal, the attack of Melian the King, because he's been really clinical. Apart from the past few chances, that's the first port of call. Now it's about trying to stage the attack.
Well, he's in again here. It's Serge Gnabry. Good challenge from Kieran Tierney, but the warning shot has definitely been fired. The flare in the air from Ray Molina. This is going to be a titanic battle going forwards. Out to the left-hand side. Played through. Chance for Leroy Sané. It's just overhit.
It's night and day, isn't it, from the first half? So much better from Ray Molina. Melly and the King.
Where was this in the first 45, like you said?
He looked unstoppable in the first half, but Ray Molina is much more composed in the second. The question is, has he left it too late and given himself too much to do here in the second half?
Well, only time will tell. Out towards Willian, like you said, in that deeper role, but he's able to drive with it up towards the edge of the area. Finds Aubameyang, gets it back. Lovely play. 1-2. Aubameyang, game, set, match, quite possibly. Arsenal 5, Bayern Munich 2. And just when Ray Molina was getting a sniff of a lifeline, the door's been slammed in his face.
Well, Melly and the King drowning in goals. Unbelievable play. As you said, Willian sitting in that deeper role allows him to drive. Not only to match the runs from Bayern, but as you said, drive with the ball into that space and adds that extra man into the attack as well as his defensive capabilities. So well set up by Melly and the King, and as you say, should be game, set and match now here in the final.
The live raft was out after the second goal, but with that fifth, he might just have sunk his opponent, and he might just make it 6. Oh, Aubameyang with the left foot stretch, but it's out of play. But time ticking away.
It is indeed. They say don't rock the boat, but the boat is, it's nearly sunken at this point. Ray Molina first needs the ball back and really needs to see every single chance go in from here on out now, if there's a chance.
Sané. Willian up to Lacazette. He only knows one way, the young lad, and that is to go forwards. The offside flag is raised. He was just a couple of inches or so the wrong side. Good goalkeeping anyway. Is there anything Ray Molina can do here, Harry?
Maybe rely on Melly and the King just trying to cruise perhaps to
complacency.
The finish line. Yeah, maybe hope again that your opponent switches off and thinks it's all done and dusted. We all know how fickle PES can be at times with late goals. But to get 3 is, it's a big ask. Not impossible, but you have to believe.
Left foot up the flank there, looking for Aubameyang, and there's a mistake. But lucky for the goalkeeper on this occasion. He wasn't made to pay. Still, they remain 5-2 behind as they come forward again through Thomas Muller. Ray Molina plays a lovely 1-2 there. Gets a chance to whip it across the face. Surely, there it is. There's a goal. Grab that ball. Get back to the halfway line because we've still got 5 minutes plus added on time. 2 goals needed now. Could this be one of the greatest comebacks we've ever seen?
Well, land ahoy. I'm not sure if X will mark the spot here for Ray Molina, but there's a chance. 5 in-game minutes left, plus referee stoppages. Again, you need every chance to go in from this point. It's really well worked, isn't it? We've seen it so many times in the eFootball Pro League at the highest level. You need to get the ball to the byline, play it back across goal. And now the goal for Melian is going to be keep the ball. Do not let Ray Molina even have a chance at this comeback being a possibility.
The treasure of the eFootball.Open PS4 America's title is just a grasp away now for Melian the King. If he can hold his nerve. Up over the halfway line, looking for Aubameyang. Anywhere will do for him. It's down the other end. He is more than happy with that. Just 1 minute of added on time remaining. And Arsenal have possession. And the 19-year-old Melian the King is seconds away from the title. Hacked down there. Frustration boiling over from Ray Molina. A valiant effort in this second half to drag himself back on ship, but unfortunately for him, it's looking like it might be that, and it's another error, but it will not matter. It's Arsenal 5, Bayern Munich 2, and Melian the King, the 19-year-old, is the PS4 America's winner. Congratulations to him. Commiserations to Ray Molina. Harry, it was a deserved victory, you'd have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Credit to Melian. He had such a difficult route to the final when you consider his semi-finalist, Henriquinho. I mean, he's a 3-time Brazilian champion, has made 2 World Finals appearances in and of himself. So to take down Henriquinho, albeit only 1-0, shows such strength from the 19-year-old. But those 5 goals, so clinical with Arsenal in the final. Every single chance, he seemed like he was going to at least threaten the goalkeeper. So well done by Melian. Only 19 years old, similar to Henriquinho. Both those are 19-year-olds. So we have some pretty bright stars in the world of PES still yet to come for years in the future.
Absolutely. I was thinking, is a star being born there? Well, let's go and hear from him and Laura in the mix zone. Hear what he had to say about his wonderful victory 5-3 in the final.
So, felicidades, congratulations, Ivan. After getting so close to the title last year, now finally this year you made it. How does it feel now that you have the title?
Bueno, la verdad muy contento después de estar hace varios años soñando, ¿no?, con esto. Si bien el año pasado me quedé ahí muy cerca, la verdad gracias a Dios este año se pudo dar y estoy súper contento porque vengo luchando, practicando bastante, entrenando, porque esto más que nada se trata de dedicación, también esfuerzo, a veces renunciar a algunas cosas para poder estar acá y gracias a Dios se pudo dar, ¿no?
So he says that he's very happy that he has been a lot of years dreaming of this, that last year he was so close, and thanks to God, he says, this year it was possible. He says that he's very happy because he has been training a lot, and this is about dedication, effort, and also resigning to some things to be able to be here. So he's very grateful that he finally got it. You dominated almost the entire competition. Did you expect to do it this well?
Si bien, la verdad, después del partido de semifinales que me costó mucho, me costó, diría más que la final por el hecho de que pateé 2 veces al arco, creo, y me veía para la final como ya con el pensamiento de decir tengo que cambiar el chip porque si juego igual que semifinales me puede ir muy mal, así que gracias a Dios el partido a la final se dio perfecto, la mayoría de las pelotas que llegaron al arco entraron, o sea, así bien a veces el juego trata de que vos le pegás al arco y no entra, en la final se dieron los goles y estoy súper contento por eso.
So he says that the semifinal was very hard for him, more than the final, that he had to reject a couple of long balls, and that he was worried because in the final the same could happen. So he knew that he had to do some changes for the final to change a little bit his gameplay, and he did. And luckily, most of the chances he had in the final ended in goals, so he's very happy for that. And last question for you today. You are the youngest champion of this 2021 edition of eFootball.Open out of the 6 platforms. You are just 19 years old. What advice do you have for other young players or hopeful players on how to get to this point?
Yo, la verdad, desde mi punto de vista, lo que les diría es que lo hagan por diversión, ¿no? Por pasión a hacer lo que les gusta. Porque si bien hoy en día compito profesionalmente, uno siempre cuando arranca lo hace por diversión, o sea, capaz llegás del colegio, de la escuela llegás y te pones a jugar un ratito, siempre más que nada hacerlo con diversión y pasión a lo que hacen, que así, siempre digo lo mismo, que así siempre tarde o temprano se llega al objetivo, ¿no?
So the advice that Melian the King has for the young players or aspiring players is that he will tell them to enjoy, to spend time doing what they like. Today he plays professionally, but when you begin, you do it for fun. You come back from school and you play for fun, you spend some time playing. And this way, sooner or later, you can reach your goals. So thank you, Ivan, and you can enjoy your title. Congratulations.
Wonderful, wonderful performance across the whole competition for that young man right there. And that means that PS4 is done. We turn our attention now to Xbox One, and we turn our attention to the whole of the world in this category. Let's see the 4 players who qualified for the semi-finals of the eFootball Open Xbox One side of the competition. So there you go, Harry. They are the 4 semi-finalists. It is across the whole of the world, but, well, quite a big contingent from the Americas again.
Yeah, nice to see South American PES alive and kicking. 3 out of the 4 semi-finalists for the Xbox One hailing from Brazil. Poor Saturn there from Italy might have to go up against some South American juggernauts, but this is where we can see some maybe sleeper players start to shine, because as we know, most of the eFootball Pro, most of the competitions played on PlayStation 4. Xbox One players sometimes get overlooked and overshadowed a little bit, but these players now have a chance to really stamp their name on the world of official PES. As we will see eventually a finalist crowned for the Xbox One.
Absolutely. Well, without further ado, let's go and see what happened in those 2 semi-finals before, of course, we commentate on the grand final for Xbox One. Let's go. So there you have it, Harry. Goals aplenty yet again. A possible issue that was had to be sorted out there.
Yeah, of course, between Eder and Novato, around the 66th minute mark, I believe there was a disconnect. So these guys are playing by the rulings. They restarted the match and just played another half of PES in which Eder came out on top 4-3 to advance to the final against Rafa Fiel 10. So the Xbox One final set up really, really nicely. As with all the other finals, we've already had 4 champions here today. It's time to find number 5 between these two great players.
It absolutely is. And without further ado, let's go and find that winner out right now. Taking the prize pool, taking the accolades. Who got it? Let's go. So both teams are using Manchester United again, Harry. Seem to be a firm favourite today. It is, of course, Rafa Fiel, who is going to be playing in the home strip from left to right, and Eder from right to left in the away strip. Who were you most impressed with in the semi-finals, Harry?
I think Eder was really impressive, wasn't he? Some of the quality of goals that he was firing in that semi-final were really impressive. We saw a backheel Cavani goal. We saw that absolute rifle, as you put it, Dan James goal as well. So I think Eder's quality in his goals are really good, but it's not about quality, Adam. It's all about quantity at this level. And we'll see who comes out on top, whether it'll be Rafa Fiel, who can kind of negate that skillful nature of Eder, or whether or not the skills will reign supreme. We'll see.
Absolutely. Well, it is Lindelof who has possession for Eder, and he goes back. And they keep possession nicely inside the opening 7 minutes or so. Not in a rush at the moment, Eder, to make any attacking inroads. He's got to be careful, though. He doesn't want to be giving anything sloppy away. Scott McTominay now picks the ball up. Really good holding of possession, though. Batting away the attempts. But now he has given the ball away the first time he's gone forwards. And it will be Rafa Fiel, who now gives it straight back. A real catalogue of errors inside the opening 12 minutes. And now it's a chance down the left-hand side for Mason Greenwood. Can he play it across? Yes, he can. Anthony Martial surely had to go to the right of the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's left into the bottom corner. He went straight at him. It's a real let-off.
Yeah, it is, and you've called it perfectly. Anywhere else, this is probably a goal, but it's the right knee of the goalkeeper denying a surefire goal there. Really well worked again, getting to the byline, playing it back across goal. Doesn't work out this time for Rafa Fiel.
Corner to be taken on the far touchline by Bruno Fernandes in towards the near post. Wow, it's an acrobatic volley clearance there from Eder. If he does that at the other end and it goes in the top corner, we'll be talking about it for years to come. But on this occasion, it certainly stopped the attack, so he will be pretty happy anyway as Telles picks the ball up and plays it back to Eric Bailly now towards Wan-Bissaka on this right-hand side. Good possession here now from Rafa Fiel after a start which saw Eder dominate large periods. It's pretty even across the board. No huge chances other than that one that we mentioned on around the 12th minute for Rafa Fiel.
Yeah, and you see Eder here really happy to keep possession, try and beat that press from Manchester United. That might be again because of the occasion. We've spoken how much this means to all the players here. Not only is it a chance for your name to be on the trophy, but also on the worldwide landscape of PES. Those who have been keeping an eye on social media throughout the week will know the eFootball Pro players all watch this tournament because it's, you know, the 1 versus 1 pinnacle of the game for this year. And also the likes of new faces approaching the eFootball Pro league as well. Gagliardo, don't forget, Mucha hit, Umbi, all eFootball.Open World finalists last year that found themselves on starting lineups on the eFootball Pro clubs. And that all comes from this competition right here. So this really does set the tone for each of our finals. I know we've had 4 already, but just goes to show how much this means for all these players. It's a potential to get your name out there and potentially find yourself playing at the highest level come the end, or I should say come the start of next season.
Absolutely. We already have seen some players who have littered themselves in glory in this tournament so far today, and will be watched by some of the clubs and some of those clubs' players who might be thinking, I'd love them as a teammate for next season, and possibly might put in a good word. You never know, as Fernandez now picks the ball up, finds Martial. Good challenge by Lindelof. Of course, this is the Xbox One part of the tournament. Do you possibly see some of these players maybe being able to switch between different consoles if they needed to, for example, Harry?
Oh, absolutely. I think if eFootball Pro clubs come calling, you make that switch and hope your skills transfer over. As a long-range effort there from Eder. Almost catches the goalkeeper off guard. That's probably one of his best opportunities he's had so far in the first half. And, well, why not? With the defence converging around you, just doesn't have the dip to get it down underneath Henderson, but still threatens the goalkeeper there. But yeah, I think you do make the switch. It's certainly not out of the realms of possibility that your skills do transfer over. So I think if the clubs come calling, you have to make that kind of sacrifice, so to speak, to switch consoles.
Absolutely. And the first real chance there for Eder as the shot took flight. It almost managed to rise into that top corner. Try and keep the flight puns to a minimum, as Daniel James now picks up the ball and plays it out towards the Scott McTominay, who wanted the ball, but it's been pickpocketed again here, and chance to counter possibly for Eder. It's really cagey tactical affair so far, with not too much room in either defences at the moment.
Yeah, it's been a gritty defensive performance, hasn't it, from Eder, as we see Rafa now on the ball, but he wants to play around the press, Eder, and sometimes you dwell too long and play the wrong pass, as he almost did there. It can find yourself in a spot of bother, but nothing to separate the two after the first half. We'll see if there's any changes at half-time, or if maybe just that extra bit of stamina being added to each of the players might make the difference here in the second half.
James picks a ball up, crunching challenge coming in there. Brutal force. Scott McTominay. One thing I have noticed so far with Eder, and similar to Arsenal actually in the eFootball Pro competition this season, more than happy to sit there and bide his time, keep possession, keep things ticking over. He is in absolutely no rush whatsoever, and he is certainly dominating possession at the moment. He needs to do slightly more in the attacking sense, though.
And again, he's doing that to try and play around that high press from Rafa Fiel on the
trying
other
to draw
side.
him out.
He's trying to draw him out a little bit, break him down, but it's not really working out for him at this moment in time. And the worry is, as you say, if you play the wrong pass, then all of a sudden your opponent with that high press has bodies forward. I mean, you can see on the radar at the bottom of your screen, there's that wrong pass, and here are the bodies forward for the home kit of Rafa Fiel, but that pass not succinct enough. But that's the danger if you try and play around the press a little bit too much, then you can invite your opponent to have a decent attack on the break.
Chance for Rashford on the left-hand side. Rafa Fiel now finds the play all the way through to the right-hand side. Good use of the whole of the pitch here. Again, trying to create the space, which has been really hard to come by so far for both players. Both defences very, very solid so far. Fernandez picks it up. First real chance here in this second half for Rafa Fiel. It's Anthony Martial! It's into the back of the net. And it's Rafa Fiel who's got the goal, which the pressure deserved.
Well, the hour mark just gone. The first bit of clear daylight between these two players here in the Xbox One final. Rafa Fiel, just when he picks up the ball with Fernandez, he's trying to play that 1-2 with Pogba, still goes through to him. Potentially could have gone the other way, but instead, Pogba, again the ball, a bit fortunate here for Rafa Fiel to find Pogba, and then eventually to find Martial, but he won't mind one bit. That's the goal that will hopefully open up this tie now. and maybe invite Eder out of his shell a little bit as the changes come following the goal.
How does Eder respond? That is the question. On the biggest stage of the season so far for him, he's now got to really change his game plan, Harry, because he's had a lot of possession, but he hasn't really made any inroads. Does he need to try something new, switch it up?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he needs to just rely on his own game plan rather than trying to hold the ball or play around that press. Maybe just start taking a few more risks here or there, because Rafa Fiel so far is the one playing a bit more direct, you could argue, and he's reaped the rewards from that. So if Eder wants to try and find this equaliser, which of course he does, maybe start to take a few more risks himself.
James finds Cavani. Just under half an hour now from being crowned Xbox One champion. Rafa Fiel, can he do it? Can he add a second? That would really make things much more comfortable for him. It's a poor pass from Eder though, gifting possession back, and Rafa Fiel will be more than happy with that.
Yeah, he will. And you can see that pause in the top right. I believe that's Rafa Fiel who has queued up that one. It will give Eder a chance, of course, to make some changes himself. But so far, Rafa Fiel isn't looking too troubled by what Eder is bringing to the table. So changes are needed.
I can already foresee the swathe of players being dragged back towards his own penalty area in a deep 10 formation, Harry, with only 15 minutes remaining.
It's certainly a tactic we've seen at the highest level, but oh no, he's given the ball away.
It's Rashford, it's into the danger area, what a save! Turned home with a stunning bicycle volley from Edison Cavani, and Rafa Fiel is 2-0 to the good, and he might just be the Xbox One eFootball Open champion.
Well, it's another bit of fortune, but at this level of the game, sometimes that's all it takes to separate two players. He gives the ball away really poorly here for Eder. He shouldn't be trying to clear it back across his body like that. The rebound straight to Cavani after, was it Fernandez's shot? We'll see it here again in a second. It's Rashford who does so well to find Bruno. First time strike right at the goalkeeper. He does well, as you say, the goalkeeper, but again, falls into the grateful feet mid-air of Cavani, who, as you said, had to improvise with his finish, but he gets the job done. 15 minutes to go. Are we seeing Rafa Fiel be crowned champion in front of our very eyes?
Yeah, mid-air to deny Eder the chance of winning this match. A lovely second goal there for Rafa Fiel. Edison Cavani, man on the spot. He will not miss those sorts of opportunities. But as you said, it was slightly fortunate, but fortune favours the brave as Mason Greenwood had the chance to fully wrap it up. And somehow fingertips denied him. But Eder is very, very quickly running out of time, running out of juice in the tank.
Great turn from Greenwood though, wasn't it? Took it really well. Just the finish missing the final piece of the puzzle. But at 2-0 up, you're not too mad about that one. You still have a corner, you still have possession, and you still have a chance maybe to go for a third or keep the ball as he's going to here in the corner.
Rashford turns lovely there. Mason Greenwood, second half performance from Rafa Fiel has been absolutely nothing short of brilliant to deny Eder any sniff of a comeback. Another brilliant challenge coming in there, just exactly what I'm talking about. A beautiful example right on cue.
Yeah, and you're so right. It's what you need to do, because even if you don't get the ball there, if you're Rafa Fiel, you break up the play with the foul. You stop your opponent getting into that rhythm that he needs to get into with less than 5 minutes on the clock now until this one's over.
Greenwood on the turn. Last chance saloon for Eder. really professional performance from Rafa Fial, Harry.
Yeah, it has been. He has a free kick to defend
so
here,
far, of course. So far.
Really, really good. Every chance he's carved out, he's mostly threatened a goal. He's got those 2 goals, that 2-goal cushion that sometimes can be dangerous, but on this occasion, really, really solid performance from Rafa Fial. He's looking destined to be champion here.
Wan-Bissaka back to Eric Bailly. Henderson, they're all getting involved now. Oh, lovely flick there around the corner. This is all eFootball now. Mason Greenwood finds Fernandes. Oh, what a goal that would have been if he could poke it through to Edison Cavani. Chose the wrong option, but he will not mind one iota because it's another brilliant challenge coming in. And the champion of the eFootball.Open Xbox One competition is that man on your screen, Rafa Fial. A brilliant performance on the day from him.
Wonderful.
What more can you say, Harry?
Wonderful performance in the final, Rafa Fial. I mean, I was just looking back at his route to the final, really. I mean, to take down Saturn 2-1 in that semi-final, as you can see now on your screens, I mean, that's a really, really close encounter you had there. I mean, we saw the highlights of it, but then to go up against Adair, who scored 4 in his semi-final, to neutralise the attacking threat and then be clinical in front of goal and take those little bits of rub of the green that come your way when they knock on the door. It is so, so important to do at this level of the game. Rafa Fial did just that, and he is the Xbox One eFootball.Open champion, the world champion for the Xbox One.
Yeah, commiserations to Eder, but unfortunately on the day he came up against a truly brilliant performance from Rafa Fial, and I believe he is speaking with Laura right now in the mix zone. Let's go there right now.
So, parabéns, Rafa Fial. It was a long journey for you to arrive at to this point during the whole year, but now you have secured the title. So, how do you feel?
Eu estou muito feliz com mais esse título. Estou assimilando ainda, não estou entendendo muito bem, mas estou muito feliz. Desde novembro jogando essa competição, treinando e sem palavras poder estar sendo campeão.
He says that he's very happy now, that he can believe it yet. Everything that happened today, since November he has been playing, and now he's the winner, so he can't believe this. You won, Rafa Fial, both games today, scoring 2 goals in each match, but the final was scoreless until the minute 60. What changed for you in that second half to make you score and end in 2-0?
Eu coloquei eu tava com ponta e 2 centroavantes, eu coloquei mais centroavante e consegui fazer o gol.
So he says that he changed the forwards in that second half, and this is what allowed him to score the goal, the 2 goals that he scored in the final. You've had an impressive year. You were the champion of eGoal Pro with Corinthians, and now you have become the Xbox One champion in eFootball.Open. What's next for you? What comes now?
Para falar a verdade, eu não assimilei direito nem que eu fui campeão do eGoal. Agora, ganhando esse título aqui, eu vou ter que revisar aí que eu vou ter que ir atrás aí, mas eu vou continuar treinando para, quem sabe, ano que vem estar aqui de novo, né?
So he can't believe yet that he won eGoal Pro, and now he won eFootball.Open with this 2-0 victory. So he will keep training, and maybe next year he will be here again. So thank you, Rafa Fial, and enjoy your title.
Enjoy it indeed. A wonderful, wonderful day's work for him. And that is the PS4 and Xbox One categories finished. We now have our final category of the day, which is Steam. What are you expecting, Harry?
Should be a good one. I'm really looking forward to crowning our final champion today. We've got 5 already. The question is, who's going to be number 6?
Absolutely. Let's see the 4 players who are going to be taking part in the semi-final for this one. So that's it, Harry. They are the 4 players that are going to be taking part in the Steam 2 semi-finals. Who is your prediction to go through to the final for this one?
It's a difficult one because there are a couple of fan favourites here in these semi-finals yet to come. One of them is Momo Juve, who we have to give a big shout out to, representing Celtic, playing in Senegal as well. Nice to see that nation, of course, represented here at the World Finals. NPK is a name you might recognise as well. Plays in the E Serie A and, of course, won Euro 2020 last year with Italy. So those two probably the ones I'm keeping my eye on the most, but all 4 of these players for Steam can certainly come out and prove a shock here at the World Finals.
They certainly can. We've got 4 different teams for this one. Let's go and see what happened in the semi-finals before the Grand Live final, commentated on by yours truly and Mr. Harry Shannon. Let's go and see what happened in those semi-finals. So there you have it, Harry. They are the two finalists for the Steam part of the competition, Sabaka and Nobrega. If I pronounced that right, then brilliant. If not, then I apologise. Did you think they were worthy finalists here?
I mean, absolutely. We saw Sabakab's first semi-final, 5-1 over NPK. I thought NPK was one of the stars in the Italian national team last year in their route to winning Euro 2020, but Sabaka just came across and I want to say wiped the floor with him, really. I mean, we saw from the highlights, so clinical in front of goal. And then as we just saw, Nobrega versus Momo Juve, 2-1 after extra time. Nobrega did so well after extra time, considering he played with 10 men for a decent spell of the match to go out and win 2-1. So that's our final set for Steam. I think they were both worthy of it, and I think this one could have the makings of our closest final yet for our final of the day.
Well, that is some prediction there. And of course, they are going to be playing with Bayern Munich and Manchester United. Let's go and see what happens in this grand Steam final for the eFootball Open 2021. So, Harry, not only is this a huge rivalry in game, but we also have Argentina versus Brazil. None greater, surely, in South America, so this might be a tasty affair.
Yeah, it has all the makings of it, doesn't it? As Sabaka B here representing Bayern Munich, attacking from left to right, tries to start on the front foot, but these two really evenly matched in my eyes. And as you said, Argentina versus Brazil, you have plenty of experience on both sides, so this should be a really, really tasty final we have ahead of us. We'll see if the occasion gets to either of our finalists here.
So Bakab has possession for Bayern Munich on this left-hand side, but he's given it away. Manchester United can possibly start to make some inroads here with Paul Pogba. Good challenge, and now Thomas Müller wins it back, but he's giving it straight back to Paul Pogba. It's a really, really scrappy early start here from both players. 8 minutes gone. No chances as yet for either side. Might just get the first chance here for Nobrega. Couldn't get the shot away.
Second World Finals appearance for both of these players in consecutive years. Nobrega last year made the World Finals in the PS4 category, and for Sabaka, we saw him in the Steam category last year as well make the World Finals, and even featured in PES League iterations going as far back as 2015 now, so plenty of experience.
Wow, what a hit! What a hit from Nobrega, and it's Edison Cavani. We've seen time and time again today how lethal he can be from 6 yards out. But he's just struck that from the edge of the area right into the roof of the net. 1-0 Manchester United.
And 1-0 Nobrega. A wonderful, wonderful hit. It seems like there's no danger on here for Sabaka. As Cavani gets the ball. I mean, yeah, sure, he beats the first man, but I don't think anyone in the ground was expecting him to release this strike as early. None less the goalkeeper. As soon as he beats his man, only has one thing in his mind: right foot, right through the ball, almost through the net. 1-0.
Lovely play from Edison Cavani. Thomas Müller. How does Sabaka respond here? 15 minutes gone, still got a lot of time. Forward towards Thomas Müller. And towards Kingsley Coman, but good challenge coming in from Phil Jones, who finds Martial on the right-hand side. Back to Eric Bailly. This is good period of possession here for Nobrega. Now, Nemanja Matic finds Pogba. Oh, smart interception there. Koeman comes away again on the left-hand side. Back in field it goes. He's got numbers through the middle and the right-hand side. Serge Gnabry picks it up, finds Koeman again. Another chance here for Bayern Munich, but Manchester United close the door.
Yeah, decent
flag is raised.
defensive work from Nobrega so far. Sebakab has struggled to break down that back line, hasn't he? It's been a really astute performance so far in the opening 25 minutes. We'll see if there's a response to be had from Sebakab, representing Bayern Munich here in the Steam final. He's made it all the way through. Don't forget, both these players playing to qualify for this very match since December last year. So it's been around about 7 months, just over that, since these started playing and competing in this competition. And this is the World Finals. This is the match they wanted to be in. And so far it's Nobrega who, well, he holds all the cards for now.
Phil Jones forward towards Fernandez. Finds Martial. Good challenge again. Bit of handbags there. And now it's a free kick in a dangerous position here. Bruno Fernandes with a wicked shot towards the bottom corner. Good strong hands from the goalkeeper.
A decent strike as well from Fernandes. Nobrega obviously gambling on that goalkeeper movement, trying to edge over to the wall side, as players often from free kicks try and go up and down over the wall, but this time going straight for goal, and it was well saved.
Chance to counter though for Bayern Munich. Koeman's in here. Good challenge from Bailly. Very solid defending so far from Nobrega. And towards the danger area. Goes down under the challenge. Referee's unmoved. It's one of those 50-50 moments. Harry, could have gone either way.
Absolutely. Really could have, but the referee unmoved. I think Sebakab is just starting to feel himself now. He's starting to move up those proverbial gears. He needs to try and find his fourth gear as he goes in with Gnabry here.
Oh, another moment there. Referee plays another advantage. Potential tugging on the shirt there. Goes unpunished. As Cavani now finds the same treatment from Pavard, but again the referee, well, on this occasion I think he's actually given a free kick, which he has done. So there's one for the books.
Yeah, 5 minutes till half-time. Really crucial part of the game here actually from Nobrega's side, because half-time's approaching. Sebakab started to settle into a bit of a rhythm offensively. Need to keep the concentration levels high to make sure you don't concede before half-time, because that will change the entire complexion of your game plan and any team changes you were going to make.
Yeah, well, he might be in trouble here. And it looks like it's come off the outside of the post. Unless my eyes have deceived me, it looked very, very close. I know that much. Yep, it's kissed the post and wide. He will not get a better opportunity than that in this first half, surely.
Yeah, really strong connection there on the ball. Just went for power, didn't he? And I tell you what, if it was on target, I don't think there was a goalkeeper within a 100-mile radius that would have saved that one. So, well done from Sebakab, getting closer now.
Fernandez finds Martial. And that is the end of the first half here in the Steam part of the competition. Bayern Munich 0, Manchester United 1. Nobrega has the advantage. Can he see out the deal though, Harry?
Well, both these players were asked before the tournament who their favourite eFootball Pro player was. They both said Uzmakabil. I think they're both going to have to channel some inner three-time world champion mentality here, because Nobrega... Some inner Uzma, so to speak, because Nobrega has this lead to defend. It's only a slender one. And Sebakab is going to have to come from behind here. He's going to have to dig deep if he wants to be crowned the champion.
Well, we saw Uzmakabil in the eFootball Pro competition coming to the fore towards the end. Really starting to light up the scene with some eye-catching performances. Well, of these two players is going to have to do likewise if they want to see this game out. Sebakab has the ball on the halfway line. with Thomas Müller. Plays it forward towards Lewandowski. Smart turn, but he's gone back into traffic there. And it's an easy clearance in the end for Manchester United. Hasn't really made too many chances for himself, the Sabakab Bayern Munich player. Lewandowski. Back to Müller. Slight lull in proceedings as we tick towards the midway stage in the second half. I think both players know, as we are on a knife edge, just how crucial one mistake or moment of brilliance might just be in this one. It's been so cagey, as Harry, you predicted.
Yeah, I said it. It has the makings.
Not often you get it right, but you have so far today.
Yeah, it certainly had the makings of it, and just seem to be nullifying each other here. Sabakab starting to move up the gears, and well, Neuer's a long way from home to clear that one, but time is ticking down here for Sabakab, as no doubt some changes are to be made here. We've ticked over the hour mark now, so this is the time of the game where your super subs and your players with those traits will start to make a difference. And here comes Leroy Sané on for Müller, definitely an attacking intent with that substitute. Interesting to see Kingsley Coman as well subbed off for Bayern here, so clearly wanting to move into a bit more of an attacking formation. There are subs on the United side as well, but they're not the ones who need goals back. It's going to be the boys in red this time round who need to try and chase that equaliser.
Punched clear by the goalkeeper from the corner. Way to safety though, and Bayern Munich can come again here looking for that elusive equalising goal. Sané just can't quite get there. And Manchester United bring it away again. And now they've got numbers over here. Bayern Munich left themselves slightly exposed, but the pass coming in was a poor one in the end, and Bayern Munich come away again. It is just starting to open up now, as Bayern Munich know they have to start creating.
Yeah, it's no time afforded to Sabakab on the ball though.
Well, that's lovely play from Sabakab. And that is a massive opportunity.
Just too close to the keeper, isn't it? This one will be brought back for a foul on the Bayern man. I think that'll be Maguire going into the book, but again, good manual goalkeeping from Nobrega to defend this lead with just over 15 minutes to go. So, Manchester United substitutes, 15 in-game minutes to go for Bayern to find the equaliser. Lewandowski, Zeisser, and there's a man to look for in the box. It was Choupo-Moting waiting, but this time Eric Bailly steps across for Nobrega, who, as things stand, will be the Steam champion of the eFootball.Open World Finals 2021. Unless Moting can find Lewandowski. It's Lewandowski! Just when the name was being etched on the trophy, up steps Lewandowski to bring Sabakab right back into play here in the World Finals. It's Maguire and Bailly at the back for Nobrega, who get their wires crossed. The benefactor is that man, and Sabakab. 1-1 in the 80th minute. What drama here in the final. And he's won the ball back from the kickoff as well. Choupo-Moting. Sane's won the ball back.
What a response there. And what a time to get the goal. Just when it looked like his game was up. He's drawn himself level. The question is now, can one of these two players find the winner?
Well, if you were a betting man based on the pattern of play, Sibakab has started to find his rhythm late on in the game, and often those players that start strong but tend to tail off towards the end of the game don't tend to do well in extra time if that's where we're destined to be headed. So Bayern, controlled by Sibakab, you would argue, have the upper hand, because Nobrega in this second half, I mean, in the last 20 in-game minutes alone, has barely had a sniff.
Bruno Fernandes plays it through looking for Rashford. Hacked away. And for the first time today, Harry, in the finals, we are going to go to extra time.
Well, didn't I say this has all the makings of our closest final yet between Sibakab and Nobrega. 1-1 after 90 minutes. And, well, extra time and penalties potentially.
Wow. The question is, can the heart take it? Such would be the pressure. Leroy Sané plays it through looking for Lewandowski. It's easy in the end for the goalkeeper. We're going to get to a stage you feel that if there's no goals in the next 15 minutes or so, it's a case of dare not lose.
Also a case of who are your penalty takers? Who do you put on your list first? Do you maybe make some subs and get fresh players to take penalties? Do you believe in that kind of superstition that perhaps some national teams recently have not benefited from? Yeah, no names mentioned. But let's not think about penalties just yet.
Out towards this right-hand side. This is a good moment. Good period of pressure here from Bayern Munich. Definitely the goal has rejuvenated Sibakab. That's a really naughty challenge, that one.
Yeah, needed to be done though. Nobrega was on his way there. He was on his bike on a counter-attack, and that's where you're most vulnerable, when you're having to run back towards your own goal. So take that foul, take the potential booking, and yeah, Kimmich into the book. But you get your defence organised. That's the main thing.
Mason Greenwood almost gets through the two defenders. Goes down on another challenge from Manuel Neuer, but the goalkeeper definitely claimed the ball first. Worrying moments, though, for Sibakab. Up the other end, fired goal would say by the goalkeeper, and almost turned home for an own goal, but hacked off the line. And we're halfway through extra time, and the drama is intensifying here, Harry. Can one of these two sides find a winner?
Oh, unbelievable. Heart in mouth stuff there for Tuanzebe.
Mason Greenwood's through. Right foot shot. Saved by the goalkeeper. It looked like manual goalkeeping. Step to the left-hand side. And then back into the middle.
Oh,
and it has to go down as a poor finish. But the save was there nevertheless.
But that's why you do it. That's why you do manual goalkeeping. Corner comes to nothing. Blocked before it comes in. But those type of risks, I mean, sure, the finish not great from Nobrega, but the manual goalkeeping denies what would have been surely a winner.
The pressure is intensifying with every minute. 10 minutes left before a penalty shootout. A goal now would surely be a winner, you feel. Phil Jones. Are both sides content with the lottery to write their name in stars? McTominay through to Mason Greenwood. Support in the middle. Great challenge again, though. Still in the danger area. It's Bruno Fernandes. Back heel towards Mason Greenwood. And the right foot shot is the wrong side of the post. Wonderful, wonderful play from Bruno Fernandes. The audacity of the back heel. But unfortunately, the finish didn't match up.
It was whimsical from Fernandes, wasn't it? Such inventiveness. I think the key for both players here now that will be going through their minds. Don't lose it. Don't lose it here in extra time in the World Finals. You've been playing since December, over 6 months, over half a year to get you to this point. Don't lose it now in the final kick of the game.
Fernandes finds Greenwood into Rashford. And it's all over here. Extra time has finished. And you know what that means, ladies and gents. We are going to finish the day with a penalty shootout lottery. And it's going to be Sabakab to step up first with Lewandowski. And that is as ruthless as they come.
Yep, Nobrega gets to his right. His goalkeeper's right. Went the wrong way. Advantage Bayern.
Bruno Fernandes mind games there as Manuel Neuer points which way he wants him to go. And he come as you like. Panenka's down the middle. Oh my days. How calm can you be?
Nerves of steel to Panenka in a world final penalty shootout.
Again, the mind games of the goalkeeper pointing to his right. Players left. He goes that way. And the goalkeeper goes the opposite. He should have stayed with his intentions. I don't think he would have got there anyway. It was right in the corner.
Yeah, solid penalties from Sabakab so far. Can he maintain it though?
Marcus Rashford. Oh, it sneaks in. The pressure penalty. And it's level pegging. 2-2. 3 to go each. Leroy Sané, first miss of the day. And it's a poor penalty, you have to say, Harry.
Oh, how costly could that be? I think Nobrega stayed central because he thinks maybe there's a Panenka or a chipped penalty coming, but he saves it.
Nobrega steps up with Mason Greenwood. He's hit the post and in. Oh, fine margins at this level.
Breathe a sigh
and the
of relief.
advantage is clear. David Alaba. Oh, the goalkeeper makes a save. And that might be the nail in the coffin. Because if Juan Mata scores, Nobrega is the champion. And he's chipped it straight down the middle. Oh, no.
Fool me once, shame on you.
He has to score. Otherwise, it's still all over. And he saved it. And Nobrega is the Steam eFootball.Open World Finals champion. Well, Harry, it went right to the death. It went to the penalty shootout, and it could have been won once. It didn't matter that miss, though, in the end.
It's a heartbreaking way to lose a World Finals, but credit to Nobrega. His route here was not easy. None of the players' routes here were easy, but to hold your nerve in a penalty shootout in a World Finals and come out victorious, that has got to feel very, very good indeed. Congratulations. An incredible performance from the Brazilian and also from Sabakab as well in the final. But we have our 6 champions for today. Congratulations.
We do indeed. And let's go and hear with Laura the final musings of the 6th winner here in the Steam part of the competition.
So, congratulations, Daniel. We know that you made a big effort to be in the World Finals for the 2nd year in a row. How do you feel now that you finally claimed the world title?
Obrigado pelo excelente campeonato. Gostaria de agradecer a Deus, né? E ao todo o pessoal brasileiro aí pela torcida, todo o apoio que eu tive, pela torcida do Santos também, né? Que eu estou representando esse clube. E obrigado pelos adversários também, né? E quanto mais dificuldade ali, mais tensão você tem no jogo, né? Então gostaria de agradecer a todos. E foi um ótimo evento e gostaria de participar do próximo, né? Se caso tiver, né?
So he says that he's very happy that he won, that he wants to thank God and his family, and especially also all the Brazilian people. Thanks to everyone, and well, he's very happy and he hopes to participate also next year. You are coming from an intense penalty shootout. Describe us your thoughts. What were you feeling while you were playing this final match? What was your strategy also in this shootout?
Então, foi uma emoção muito grande ter disputado essa final, principalmente sendo nos pênaltis, né? Que o pênalti ali é muito aleatório, e é onde que você trabalha muito com o seu psicológico, onde que o seu adversário pode chutar. E por isso foi um gostinho a mais ter ganhado essa final desse jeito ainda. Tanto pra gente, né, como um jogador, e como pros telespectadores, né, que estavam assistindo.
So he says he was very excited to play this final, that the penalty shootout is very random and also it needs a lot of psychological work, so he's also very happy and he enjoyed it a lot. Also, the final was against an Argentinian player, and there's a big rivalry between Brazil and Argentina, so it's even better for him to have won this final. And last question for you. Now that you have made it this far in eFootball.Open, what's next? Will you be seeing again next year in the eFootball League?
Agora eu vou buscar me especializar mais nessa competição, não só nessa, mas nas outras que estão por vir, e tentar entrar no eFootball Pro, se caso algum pessoal aqui do Brasil seja chamado, né? Estou treinando muito para isso, para ver se eu consigo entrar nos clubes europeus, né?
So he says that he wants to improve, to be more specialized in this competition, not only in this one, but also in the other ones that are to come. And he will try to be in eFootball Pro in case any Football Pro club wants to sign a player from Brazil. He would be very happy to join a European club. So thank you, and now go enjoy your title. Congratulations.
Lovely to hear from him there. And Harry, that is it. They are our 6 champions for the eFootball.Open World Finals today. Pick of the day for you?
Oh, pick of the day. I think Melian the King did really well, considering the mammoth task he had in his semi-final to take down his opponent Henriquinho. We know how good he is. But just generally seeing all the different regions, how they tackle pairs, and also the fact that we saw 4 different clubs win the 6 finals. We saw Roma, Juventus, United and Arsenal all chosen. So it's nice to see players mix up their style of play with the chosen clubs, with the different personnel and the different tactics. It's great to see a bit of diversity at the top level.
Absolutely. And for those of you that have waited this long for possible news on a new title maybe, then I'm not going to tell you right now. I will tell you that you will possibly be hearing something very, very soon, maybe on the 21st of this month. And I can't wait for that, number one, and I'm sure you can't either. Make sure if you want that information, you follow us on all of the social media handles right across the board. My name's been Adam Butcher. I have been the host for today. Joining me, of course, is Harry Channon for today as well. Thanks as always. It's been an absolute pleasure to be a part of eFootball Pro and eFootball.Open this season. Stay safe, everybody. We will see you very, very soon. Goodbye.
Bye.